Hello. Hello and welcome to my stream. I'm slightly late because I was setting up a Warboats page, even though I don't really care, but someone will ask, so I have a screen for it. Yeah, so we're having story time with Joe today because we missed it last week because we were playing Call of the Sea, and actually this one, or an achievement in Cinders, is on my list. So if we can get to the grand ball, then we will knock out another square, even if it's not an actual anything. I figured at least we're doing something towards it. The one that I have to get, because I just revealed that it's most 100%, at least part, if not the end of my ship, is in Hue, which is to get all the collectibles. So I'm putting that off because it's going to take several hours. And also I wasn't going to do that one on stream because that would require a walkthrough, which I'm not doing on stream. So today we're back doing Cinders, which, I remind, came out, thanks for all the hosts. Michael, Dave, Leaky, SK, and Dopey today. So this came out in August. I was late starting it. It's Moa Cube Crunching Koalas game. So yeah, we're going to pick up where we left off, if I can remember where we left off. Oh, okay. Sorry. It's a little bit loud on my local. Okay, so switching over. I will have to, in like half an hour, go and do something to my oven because I'm cooking things. But for now, yes. So we'd had like 2 days of freedom with our stepmother away, and we'd had a date with the guy that owns the general store, and I think one sister kind of likes this, one sister doesn't. Oh, and thank you Alkesh and Jess for subs hosts. Oh my god, I can say words. I'm tired. I'm tired, so you know, inevitably this will make us all sleepy, but we will try at least to get to the ball. There we go. Or do you need a special invitation to get out of bed? Get up! Get up! What time is it? Dawn already. And you need to get up right this instant. Dawn is not a reason to yell at someone. And I'm not sure it's reason enough to get up so abruptly either. Hi, Dan. 2 days without supervision and you've gotten lazy already. Where would you be on your own, I wonder? Oh yes, do come in and spill your venom on me. Is there any actual reason for me to wake up at this hour, or is this just a social call on your part? Fine, don't get out of bed and see how it works for you. What do I care? This way it will be even more interesting. Okay, I'm sorry. And wait now, would you please tell me what's going on? Parnos is back. She wants us to gather in the hall. I'm wide awake and up now. You could have begun with that. Well, now you know. She brought a large package with her and she looks like she means business. So hurry up. I adjusted my mic stand earlier. I'm not sure it's in the right place. Sorry, I don't mean to make it go clong if it's making a noise. There we go. So if you'd have been here at the beginning, Dan, you would have heard me say this is part of Warboats, but it's also story time with Joe. I've set up a screen for Warboats, but for now we just have to get to the ball in this. I know exactly which one will hit a ship, and I don't want to do it on stream. So we're going with this one. So hurry up. She always looks like she means business. I wonder what's in the package, though. What shape was it? Did it... Oh, just stop being nosy and hurry up or we'll both be in trouble. If you were getting dressed instead of asking dumb questions, you'd already be seeing it yourself. You didn't stand there, yell at me and stare. I would actually be in a position to get dressed. Fine, I'm leaving. Just hurry up. I'm really sorry, I got to it fast. Wait, where's Carmosa? In her study, she didn't have time to wait for you forever, and you kept her waiting for quite some time. Oh no, we wouldn't want Carmosa's magnificent plans to be foiled just because of Cinders' laziness, would we? You might rethink your attitude. Mother wants to speak to you. I can't imagine how that is going to be a pleasant experience, considering. She says she wants to speak to me. Why? Well, actually, she wants to speak to each of us. You're just supposed to go first. Great. When I finally get to be the first at something, it's something I don't want. It's like receiving gifts. Good in principle, yet always disappointing in reality. Why would she want to speak to each of us, and why separately? I have a bad feeling about this. Oh, stop complaining, you two, and you should hurry up and go, Sophia, unless you feel the need to make Mother angrier, of course. I'm going. It has to be. It literally has to be done. I've not hit anything. I've not sunk anything yet. It's 100% guaranteed hit, whether or not it sinks the ship or not. I think I found the two longest ones. So I was trying to get some other squares to sort of try and figure out where the short ones were. I mean, I will play here. It's just going to be several hours. I mean, F2 wasn't. Hang on. I did a screen. F2 wasn't a ship. And F3, F4, and F5 didn't constitute sinking. So, unless I'm exceedingly unlucky and they're stacked like that, Hugh with Beaker there is most definitely a hit. I guess there's a small chance they could be stacked. 3 ships stacked on top of each other. I suppose I could try something to see if there's a sideways thing. Stupid luck is about 6%. I suppose I could see if one of those on either side is an easier one. And I just knocked this together very quickly, so it's all wonky. Nothing's lined up. It's very aesthetically unpleasing, but it was more of a... I knew someone would ask. I mean, it's... Okay, fine. It's not 100% guaranteed, but it's definitely mostly guaranteed. Hi, Scruff. So yeah. Anyway, back to the story. I certainly don't like this. Carmosa seems keen on interrogating us and getting every detail of what happened while she was gone. If you did what you were supposed to, you wouldn't need to be nervous right now. Just a thought. Of course, because everything is fair and honest around here, and I certainly won't get blamed for things I have no control over. Ow, I think I just hit myself on the head then. I think you do enough on your own not to need any additional blame. Your constant rebelling should get most of Carmosa's attention. How's yours going anyway, Dan? And how will Carmosa have an idea about who rebelled and what rebelling actually means, huh? You are not seriously suggesting that I would tell on you, are you? I'm trying so hard to do well here and take care of you. And Sophia, she wouldn't just stab you in the back like that for no reason, would she now? Well, I certainly do not feel as safe as you described. I mean, we know this, Dan, but how's your warboats going? Okay, so my sister might have an interesting idea of fun. True, but I think we did start some sort of connection, albeit weak. I did notice you two were on better terms. I must admit I was wondering what the change was about. I'm not sure yet, but I certainly hope it's permanent and not some ploy to lower my awareness. I like the feeling of having a sister. Well, I mean, if it's left Game Pass, it's not really a problem. It just means you have to buy it. At least it's not that Cricket one, where, you know, you got the Wii version. Or the Wii U, or whatever it was. Ah, finally. Yeah. I wouldn't mind other people weighing in on where I could take some random shots. I'm not doing them today, but, you know, maybe we could make Thursday a Warboat stream if there's interest. I just don't feel like there's anything particularly on my list aside from this that people would want to see. You know, I knocked out a few easy ones, but yeah, considering there's 5 ships, I found what I think are 2 of them. We've not yet found the small one. I'm envious of Dopey. He got the small one, and Jessie got a 3-1. And it's like, well, by rights now, I should really have sunk something. Yeah, so I'm just trying to figure out what I can try and hit to find another ship, or just suck it up and play Hugh. I just suck it up and play Hugh. It's a good game. With just some tricky platforming bits, and I got stuck at the end. I guess I could use the walkthrough. It looks fairly good. Basically, if Cinders is a hit, then it means I gotta play Little Nightmares, probably. I don't really want to do F7 because I'm Pinstripe. C7. Yeah, Little Nightmares. I knew all of those ones. I want different odds. I want ones that aren't those 2 ships. Little Nightmares, I've got like 2 chapters to play. I was somewhere in the kitchen, which is chapter 3, I think, and that requires finishing the game, which is chapter 5. Not a bad game again, just time consuming. Also, I was following the walkthrough, so, you know. E3. Far Lone Sails? Complete, okay. How far off am I from completing Far Lone Sails? I have the wheels, basically. Okay, that one actually might be fairly close to being finished. And I have to do another run through anyway on it. What's G3? Again, Stranger Things. That game was fun. No idea how far through this is compared to where I'm at, where I am. Alright, Order by TA. Wrong way round. Wrong way round. You'd think, working in programming, I would remember which way round ascending and descending are. Okay. Oh, it's the next story achievement. By the looks of it. Okay. Well, maybe just stay away from column A. Yeah, column A is very unlikely to be anything. I've already got 3 misses in there. At least I don't have to fight the Space Kraken, which is A1. I mean, there's the entirety of the bottom row that's probably got a ship in it. To be fair, the top row could also have a ship in it. You know what? I bet I'm unlucky and it ends up being 3 ships stacked. In which case, maybe doing the Space Camp one's not a bad idea. And far lane sails. I don't know. Anyway, let's get on with the story, because speculating is not going to do anything about this stream. Yeah, the odds are pretty scattered. Yeah, that's why I was just hitting random based on it's as easy to get this achievement. I was really hoping that the Bioshock one would be the hit and not have to play Hugh. It was not. It's fine. How long have we got anyway to finish? I just need 1 ship to get the badge. Anyway, I'm not sure yet, but I certainly hope it's permanent, not some ploy to lower my awareness. I like the feeling of having a sister. Oh, I'm so glad you say that, and I am happy that you and Sophia get along. Actually, I'm happy she's getting along with anyone. Happy? Why? You hardly ever talk to her yourself. The fact that I don't have a good connection with her doesn't mean I can't care. I do wish for her to be happy. I'm glad she's finally able to make friends. I had no idea you cared so much. You're full of surprises. I don't think I need to explain myself. I was just asking, but fine. Let's just wait for Sophia to come out and see what she has to say. It's not like we have many alternatives. I hate waiting. This shouldn't take long. Carmosa is not someone to beat around the bush. True. She's always to the point. No excuses, no diversions, no mercy. Let's just wait. You're back. That was fast. Aren't you happy to see me? I'm fine. Sorry to disappoint you girls. So what was the talk about? You'll find out soon enough. It's your turn, and I wouldn't keep Mother waiting if I were you. All right, I'm off. Wish me luck. You might need it, so good luck, sister. Good luck. So, how was it? Carmosa swoops down on you like a hawk and submits you to a great physical torture and tests your endurance. At one point, she took this long needle and, Lovely, thanks for that image, sis. You did get a little pale, but honestly, you'd be fine. So it wasn't that bad? Oh, don't get me wrong, it was no pleasure either, and Carmosa hatched a plan that will make me lose a lot of sleep till it's over. This can't be good. I'm almost afraid to ask. What is it? Oh no, you need to be properly surprised when you hear it from Carmosa. That will prove I did not utter a word. But you don't need to worry too much. Only Gloria and I get to fail Carmosa and her ridiculously high expectations this time. As far as I know, you will not be involved. I never thought I'd be happy to hear that someone forgot about me. Then let me add to your joy. I forgot about you and your little escapades when I recounted to Carmosa what happened during her absence, so you should be fine. I wonder what Gloria will tell. Aren't you worried? I'm not sure. She seemed alright when we talked, maybe a bit unsettled. I know my sister. She doesn't show emotion until Mother orders her to do it. But on the inside she was raging. I think she might spill some of that into Mother's ears. The hell with that. These past few days reminded me what freedom felt like. It was worth whatever punishment Carmosa might throw at me. You've either lost your mind or forgot what Mother is capable of. Nothing is worth what she'll come up with to make you regret your actions. We'll just have to wait and see, won't we? You're back. How was it? What do you mean? Well, was it, I don't know, unpleasant? Of course not. Why would it be? It was just a normal conversation. Normal for you, mate, perhaps. Come on, Gloria, I can tell it wasn't that smooth. Stop being so nosy and start asking proper questions. Did Commerce tell you about her plans? In fact, she did. Oh, of course she did. You earned that special little place on her lap. Sophia, please. Shush now, Cinders. So what do you think of Mother's latest great plot? You would think she'd learn not to expect the impossible of us, or anything big, really. Maybe it's time to live up to her expectations. You are a grown-up now, Sophia. It's time for you to work on managing your responsibilities. You're hopeless and stupid. Some of us are simply not built for greatness. If only you focused on doing something useful half as often as you do on sharpening that vicious tongue. You must be plainly, I'm too stupid to understand complex sentences. So, what are Commerce's plans exactly? Oh, I'm sure she'll explain everything in a moment. Now hurry, don't keep her waiting. You know how angry she gets when someone's late. Oh yes, I feel like this is going to be quite an adventure. I'm about to enter the beast's lair. You called me? Yes, I did. Come in and close the door. I'd like you to explain something to me. I've just asked my daughters about what happened during my absence, and to my surprise, I've got two conflicting descriptions. Would you please explain to me how you did spend the last 2 days? I visited friends in town and did some things I planned to do. You could say I took 2 days off. So I have heard. I'm still wondering as to the nature of the liberties you took when I wasn't here to direct you. I certainly hope you did not do anything foolish. However, one of my daughters assured me that you're much too level-headed to make a mistake like that. She did? Yes, I also thought it was unusual of her, so I'm letting this slip. But enough about this. This isn't the topic I wanted to speak to you about. It has to do with my plans for our family. Oh, 2 days. We just got to get to the ball. 2 days from now, a grand ball will be taking place in the royal palace. Any royal business is very important, of course, but this particular ball will be very important even for His Royal Highness. Means very careful preparations. The Royal Masquerade. I might have heard about it, yes. Oh, you have? This is very surprising indeed. It is. Recently I've learnt that it isn't that difficult to obtain sensitive information. One simply has to pay attention to what is going on around them and watch carefully whom is meeting with whom. Especially when it comes to certain shady-looking characters fetching rumours like a trained hound. Really? Well done then. Perhaps you are not as thick as I thought. Let's hope you'll forge this little success in collecting information into a permanent quality. A quality which I'm sure you will find useful in life. Being well informed surely beats being kept in the dark. Anyway, how's everyone doing this fine Tuesday? You know, relatively speaking. Folks say that truth shines like the light and ignorance is the darkest night. It's a fitting comparison. After all, night is the time of fear, vulnerability and powerlessness. I learned quite a few things these days. I feel much safer and more powerful already. What matters here is that the ball is very near and there is little time left. It means that I will be expecting our entire family, and I do mean all of us, to give their best. By which I mean complete obedience, no questions, no drama, no nonsense. This is much too important an event to be spoilt in such a silly way. Very well, and what is my part in this plan then? Will I be going to the ball as well, member of our family that I am? Don't be absurd, royal affairs aren't your arena. I see. Then what is my arena, Mum? Why the house, of course, if everything goes smoothly. Excuse me. The ball should mark the point of our family coming back into high society. And that means one thing: guests. We will need combined effort to make the residence spotless, but your role in this will be crucial. I see, my lady. Would you also like me to hide in the wardrobe or pretend I'm a statue when the guests come? Or maybe being a statue would pose too much of a competition for your charming and intelligent daughters. I understand your anger and your reasons, and now you must understand mine. I put much time and effort into creating this opportunity for my daughters. I will not let them be upstaged by anyone. You may play all sanctimonious with me now, but either now or in 10 years you'll understand my perspective, and you will agree with my decision. Also, I don't see a single reason to yield to your complaints if all I get from you is recklessness and childish moods. Start supporting the family, and maybe the family will do the same for you. Start. She's basically been a slave. You like to refer to all of us as family, but only if it means I have to do something. Don't get melodramatic, girl. You sound like a bad novel. Even if I wanted to, I wouldn't be able to prepare 3 young ladies for a ball organised by the future king. Do you have any idea how much a decent dress costs these days? No, of course you don't. Of course, how could buying a dress for the daughter of the rightful owner and head of the house be proper? Listen to me, girl, and listen good. I am the rightful owner of this house, and as fortunate as it may be, your father, bless his soul eternal, is dead. No mother would put an orphan before her own children. Just some orphan. And contrary to your real children, I am not afraid to think and speak for myself. You're truly blind if you can't see my potential and how useful I could be. Also for you. Enough of this idle chatter. We have a very important task ahead of us and little time left. Since you're thinking so highly of yourself and your skills, why don't you show us your pragmatic side and start cleaning the house and helping with the preparations? That's it? Do you really believe that is all I can be good at? Demons! Snap out of this constant daydreaming, girl, and start paying attention. Do you think that even if you were the lady of this house, you wouldn't need to keep it clean? Are you really selfish enough to believe that? Besides, the terrible burden of dusting and doing the dishes is minuscule in comparison with my responsibilities. We're grateful for having such a simple life. Oh yes, very great. Shush, not a word. Get the girls together and call the servants. Wait for me in the hall. I will bring you your orders in a moment. Several hours later. Finally, it's so clean you could possibly die from it. I'm tired, but it's still better than washing all those dishes was. I hate doing dishes. She's been back for more than 1 hour, and here we are, scrubbing the floor on all fours. Cleaning the windows, polishing silverware, twice, and dusting everything. It only took a few hours to clean the entire house. I think I'm going to do my flat, because it certainly takes me, like, days. Did I mention doing the dishes? Might have. I hate that. Do you know what I hate? I hate the fact that I am here, my dear, charming, and wise, beyond her age wonder of a sister, is upstairs, playing the little princess she will never be and trying on that ridiculous dress can't support her. First of all, you never saw that dress, and second, who knows, maybe the prince will fall in love with her and you'll end up being the queen's sister. I doubt even that amount of noble blood can make a person dense enough to fall for Gloria. Although, maybe if she kept silent. You're terrible. Besides, for all we know, the prince could be denser than lead. Also, I didn't know you cared about balls and dresses. Compared to this, I think I prefer the Royal Circus. Sophia, I need to thank you for putting in a word for me when you spoke with Carmosa. I appreciate it. Don't mention it, and don't overestimate my goodwill. You have another stripy cake. I think you are very much getting this adulting thing right. Adulting means you can buy stripy cake and eat it. And how's Milo? I find myself just as surprised by my behavior as you are. I'm sure some dark power possessed you that brief moment you actually did something nice for another person. Anyway, I appreciate it. What are you two blabbering about this time? Wondering why the hall isn't sparkling yet? Well then, stop talking and get to work. This place has to be worthy of the Emperor. You seem very confident that people will suddenly crave visits to our house, Mother, just because they met us at the ball. Haha! Will they be so taken by Gloria's charming sense of humour and my kind and sunny disposition? There goes my wonderful sphere, always heavy as a storm cloud. Are you finished? Because there's work to be done. Also, frankly, dear, I'd stopped paying attention to your theatrics a long time ago. I am sorry my acting isn't up to your standards, Mother. This ball is so much more than a meeting. It's a chance for us all to get a firm footing in this world, and heaven knows we could use some of that. I have waited far too long and invested too much to let this chance slip. So stop whining and start being serious about it. What do you want to end up with no money and just the clothes on your back like Cinders here? Don't get your hopes too high. What did you say? Are you whispering in my presence? Nothing, Mother. Mother, where are you? Oh, Mother, where are you? I need you to see this. What is it again? There must have been a mistake, Mother. This dress isn't my size at all. It's too long. I'm sweeping the floors with my every move, and if I have to dance in it, I risk serious injury or worse. Wow. Personally, I think you look very pretty, Gloria. Very pretty indeed. Have your fun at my expense. You love to see me like this, don't you? Yes, I think I'm beginning to like it too, though the floors are already swept, I'm afraid. What is this? Demons, this man is clearly an amateur. I gave that crook all the numbers and made sure he got them right several times. I'm sorry, Mother, but I really can't go wearing this. But it's so pretty. I wonder if it would fit Cinders. What are we going to do? No reason to lose your head, Gloria. Perhaps visiting the tailor without you was a mistake after all. But we can still salvage the situation. There's still time. We'll all go to the tailor tomorrow and make sure he gets it right this time. A trip to the tailor. How very entertaining. Stop whispering behind my back and try your dress on. We have to know if it fits. And you, Cinders, stop loitering and get back to cleaning. Just great. Cinders, do the cleaning while we try our new dresses on. Sure, but why don't we all relax and enjoy ourselves while Cinders scrubs the floor and walls? I can't believe I'm back for this again. Those past few days have been amazing. Now I know there's more to life than this, and not only in fairy tales. I need to change something instead of just bending to Carmosa's will and going back to what is called normal around here. How can I just forget about freedom now? Because let's be honest, Carmosa won't ever release me. She doesn't even consider me in her plans. I'm no one to her. What was that? Who would knock on my window at this hour? Some shady character it must be. Let's see. Cinders! Cinders, it's me, Tobias. What are you doing here? Never mind, come in before someone sees you and tells Carmosa she has yet another reason to mop the floors with me. It's good to see you in such a cheerful mood. I'm sorry, it's just that Carmosa is back and she has such a soothing effect on people around her. I'm sorry to bother you and risk her getting mad at you. I just thought I had to see you. You did, huh? And why would that be? I knew you'd have a hard day today, so I figured you could use some cheering up. Was I mistaken? Correct as always. I didn't quite hear you. Could you say that again? Preferably put it in writing as well. I said that humble merchants should stick to their numbers, since they tend to be mistaken when it comes to people, even if they do things right from time to time. I'm deeply wounded. I'm not sure whether I want to take you on that secret date I had planned for tonight. How's Reese doing in Sayonara? Is he getting all the chivos. I can smell the meat I cooked. It's making me hungry. Can't eat it yet. It's ready to make risotto tomorrow, but I think I'll leave it in. No, I need to just go and sort the meat. I will be right back. It needs a little bit longer. And then I can have a chocolate bar. Oh, I love this idea for cheering me up. I should be sad. It's a whisper. I should be sad more often. Won't be. I think we can figure out some different and pleasurable ways of spending the evening for times when you are happy. Don't be jealous, Dan. You have stripy cake. So what do we do now? Can you sneak out of the house for a while? Sure. And I know a great place we could visit at this time. Ooh, the fairy lake. And here we are. How do you like this spot? Is this a secret place you come to think quietly or relax, or simply to hide? Yes, it calms me. I feel safe and relaxed here. More at home than at Carmosa's Manor, I guess. That's why I come here. I like it. It's beautiful and secluded enough not to worry about sharing the view or your solitude and thoughts with some random stranger passing by. Somehow I sometimes feel safer with no people around. There is no soul in sight. I bet we could scream at the top of our lungs and no one would hear us. Ooh! Thank you for the follow, Penny Cat. Penny Cal. Sorry, I thought it said cat. Penny Cal. Thank you for the follow. Did my alert thing pop up? I feel like it should have. Either which way, thank you for following. There is a weird atmosphere here. Apart from you almost rhyming, I really don't know what you mean by weird. Sure, steer clear of the atmosphere here, my dear, because something's lurking near. No, I'm quite sure there's something in the atmosphere here. It certainly influences the senses. But I'm serious. It feels like there's something lurking in the shadows on the shore or beneath the lake's surface. Or maybe it's just the fairy tales and children's stories talking. Really? The stories told about this lake must make you nervous. Well, let me just say I think you're quite brave to come here alone. I feel chills thinking about all the stories I've heard. I always found them comforting. My father usually created a friendly world of mystery, fairies and adventure. I used to love entering it when listening to him. Yeah, your father had a way with children, and in stories. He was a wordsmith. I used to love it when he came to do business with my parents. Sometimes I still miss him a lot. I'm sorry. Your father was a wonderful man. It's okay to miss him if he's dead. He was a good person. Ow. I'd love to be able to get through, like a period of time without my hands dissolving themselves. I guess he was. You guess? Ever heard of a child with a deep and clear objective view for their father? I remember him being an all-knowing wizard when I was little. When I became a teenager and grew out of his stories at least a bit, he miraculously changed. The wise man was suddenly gone. Oh yeah? Mine somehow did the same. He changed horribly. I must have been an epidemic of some sort. Now I actually do believe he was wise. His stories taught me many things. All my father taught me was how to count money. And mine was a big child, and he's partially irresponsible when it came to everyday life. Everyone has flaws. At least your father taught you something practical. Ah, yes, the grass is always greener in someone else's yard. My childhood was fine, but I always thought yours was better. Oops, excuse me. Remember the good parts, not only the flaws. You've clearly missed your calling. You should have become a philosopher, not a merchant. I did consider it, but the pay was way lower. Somehow people are willing to pay much more for candy or spices than for wisdom, so that's what I'm selling. Penny for your thoughts. Do you believe it? Believe what? Well, the stories, the fairies, magic in this place, everything people say. Do I believe that there is another world separated from ours by just a veil? That its inhabitants are almost like us, but a bit different and can do weird things? Sounds like that old weird lady that often stood near the church drooling. She was also a bit different and can do weird things. I think she also had a veil. Precisely. But does it matter that I don't believe? This place is beautiful, and it has this mystical air about it. You don't have to believe to marvel at the lake. I think you're right. Let us relax and marvel. So you wanted to talk about something? I wanted to get you out the house mostly. Help you relax after a tough day. Mission accomplished. I do feel relaxed already. Just let's not come back yet if you don't mind. Of course. Awesome. There actually is something I can't get off my mind. Should I get tense again and brace myself? Please let me know in advance. I'm serious. I need to know if you're serious. About us, that is. I thought that was obvious. Yes, I am. Do you want more proof? I'm sorry, but I had to ask. I mean, you were enjoying your freedom for the first time in years. You could finally do anything you wanted, and I seriously advise you to stop now. Yes, I am serious about us. Now drop the subject before you start insulting me. I'm sorry. I really am, but if you are, have you given any thought to what happens now? You're right, I haven't. I was so concentrated on Carmosa and the events of the last couple of days. Sorry. Well, I have, and frankly, I have no idea what we could do. And I'm sorry, but sneaking about and meeting once in a blue moon in secret is not an option for me. Don't you like it now? The thrill of no one knowing and sitting in the secret hideout? Of course I do, but I also want to be able to go out with you in the evenings, or take you places I like outside town. I want to boast to the world we're together, and I'm not sure what to do to make that happen. As long as my situation in Carmosa's mansion is the way it is, we have no real options. Alright, so that's settled. We need to change that situation. And how do you propose we do that? Well, we could leave that situation behind entirely, leave all this behind and start normally somewhere else. Compared to Carmosa, it can't sound that bad, can it? It certainly has its appeal, but maybe we don't have to do anything so drastic. I'm sorry, but leaving things the way they are basically means breaking up. It's a valid option, but Let's not do that, shall we? That's not what I meant. I guess I was just wondering whether things could change here. Nothing's impossible if you want it hard enough, right? Right, let's assume things can change. How do you think we should proceed? I need to think of something, and I need to do that fast. I was hoping for something a bit less obvious, but that's a start. Any chance you can specify that? I could, but what for? I've got a couple of ideas, and I don't want to bet on any one of them until I've thought them through. Some might say that keeping the second party totally in the dark is a bit cruel. I wouldn't say that, of course, but some might, just so you know. Carmosa returned home for as a plan. She's acting on it, and many unusual things happen in our house nowadays. If I act wisely, they might turn to my advantage. So you do have some sort of plan ready? Sort of is the right way to say it. I have an outline, or a rough plan of a plan. She has a plan. Or as... what was I watching? And someone was explaining their outline, and it's like, I have a plan. That's not a plan. The answer is yes, I do have a sort of a plan. I'm glad you see a way out, because I must admit I wasn't so optimistic when I came here. I'm glad I could cheer you up. Let me know if you ever need that again. I'm serious, look at the odds. Our chances are just so slim. Life is not a fairy tale and love doesn't always prevail. To the contrary, I would say it usually doesn't. I didn't quite hear you. Could you repeat what it is that does or does not prevail in this case? Right, yeah, I did say love, but that's beside the point. Oh no, that is precisely the point of all of this. You're changing the subject, and we do need to concentrate and think of something fast. Regardless of how I feel, it may simply be impossible to be together. Oh, you are in such a cheerful mood today. All right, my dear Doomsayer, what can we do in your opinion? I really don't know. Stacking up odds is what I do. Profit and loss, chance of failure and success. Today the numbers make no sense and give me no clue to this. I can change my life. Pondering the odds won't get us anywhere. We need is action. I need to take life in my own hands and change it. I wish it were that simple. It is, in a way. No one will do that for me, so I need to act, no matter the odds. And after a taste of freedom, I don't think I can just forget it and go back. I agree. One needs to make their own choices and act to see things change. But you can't just ignore the situation you're in. You're playing the cards life dealt you. For instance, would Carmosa or her daughters want to change? Or should they do that, even assuming they wanted to? You do need to take that into consideration. Even if their fate is sealed, mine isn't. Regardless of what they do, I'll still find room to maneuver. You'll see. I know the change is within reach. Just please trust me. If you could talk to fate and convince it to change for you, you get what you want for sure. I know you've almost convinced me, and I was pretty set when I came here. Good. So please give me just a little more time, and you'll see things will change. Okay, I trust you and wait. It's really comforting to see you so confident about it. I'm glad we understand each other. See, the future isn't as dark as it seemed. Certainly not. Now, when we can sit together at the lake and hold hands. Yes, let's concentrate on that, not on the problems and obstacles. And we be a normal couple for a while. Watch the stars and each other's company. I don't know about you, but I'm already doing that, enjoying your company and the stars. I'm glad. Did they leave a gift? You have to leave a gift. Alone again, Tobias went back home. It's nice to know he has my back. I never had someone care for me like that before. We really have grown up, and our relationship matured with us. Hi, Reese. How's it going? Did you get them all? Did you catch them all? Did you get them hearts? And them square coin things? Right, where's my button? Woohoo! Yay! Great going. That is absolutely... You broke your thumb! Oh no. I feel you. I totally feel you there. Totally feel you. Hey! And thank you, I'm Paul and Jesse for the hosts. You can always tell when the stream switches over because I get inundated. It's fine. But yeah, no, I'm glad you got them all. I really do like that game. I love the music. I haven't tried playing it yet though. Acousticals. No, Dan, we have not. But Reese has. And that is awesome. Very well done. Woohoo! Boom. Boom! Yes. We really have grown up and our relationship matured with us. Such a lovely night. I don't feel like going back home yet. I think I'll go and visit Mum. Madame Guide was right when she said I don't tend to her grave as much as I should. Hi, Mum, it's me. It was a while since my last visit. I'm sorry. I've had the most intense week. A bit crazy, actually. I feel like my head's so full with thoughts about what's been going on that it will burst any second now. I met your old friend, Guide. She told me quite a lot about you. I can't believe how different it was. You were, in comparison with what Father used to tell me. I'm sure you know what to do now. He'd said you were smart and strong. And so are you. It's in your blood. Not this again. Did I just fall asleep without noticing it? You're not dreaming. All right. If you're so helpful, why don't you show yourself? Okay, Dan. Fair enough. Fair enough. I have to do Paul's first, and he's not able to be here for ages because his shift's changed. But I shall add it to the list. As you wish. Heavens! Who are you? I am the fairy of the lake. The one who is praised and feared by souls elated and those of broken spirit. Little fairy! You've been keeping our vigil by our lake. Through the seasons, you remembered about us. You did well. The sacrifice which your mother made was not squandered. We are willing to uphold the concord. You are free to ask for our aid. Forgive me, but I know nothing about any sacrifice or concords. Yes, you have lost the knowledge which your mother had. She was always so close to us, so mindful of our presence, our ways. She knew how to dance with us and how to sing for us. She knew about the way a concord is made. She also knew about the weight of price that is never equal to the weight of aid. It grows with time, it blooms and is reaped. She made it her sacrifice to bind us and made us watch over you. We are here. We offer aid. What are you saying? That my mother somehow sacrificed herself for me? I really doubt that. You can play with your doubts as much as you please, as long as your belief in us remains unspoiled. I really can't even remember a single situation when a fairy helped me. I never noticed anyone watching me. So much certainty, and let you speak of memories. You are very young indeed. You believe in certainty where there is only faith. Your mother's faith made this meeting a reality. Her foresight made this an opportunity. She knew you would need us eventually. It is in your blood. Soon you'll be facing a grave choice. We are here. We are offering aid. Monstrosity rescinded. Okay, I mean, I'm a firm believer that we make our own fate. However, if there is a promise, then it would be stupid not to take advantage if our mother sacrificed herself for us. And it's not a weakness to ask for help. I guess I could use any help I can get. It's not often that I meet someone willing to help me in the first place. Hate carries weight. Heavy may be the price. It tends to flourish with time. Like fate, it is a living thing. I understand. I think that sometimes we have to deal with the unknown and take that risk. If Mum was brave enough to take this plunge, I am too. I will pay the price. You spoke like your mother. Yes, your blood is warm. You are forged like her. Soon you will need us. If you are indeed ready to carry the weight, we will make a concord with you. You will receive aid. It's good to know. I'm sick of having to do everything on my own. Even if it is better or safer, I still miss being able to just lean on someone or something else. Also, I'd be a fool not to take this opportunity, even if it does sound a bit dangerous. Your path is unfolding. Soon you will have to act and make a choice. You will be guided by your blood and nature. When it will come to pass, we will be waiting for you. I still can't believe it, any of it. And yet your blood speaks otherwise. You are your mother's daughter. Your fate has brought you to the lake. And the lake is watching you. Hi, everyone. You keep on repeating things like that, but why me? What makes me so special? Special? Don't be special for fate. No, you are simply a thread, and like all threads, you deem your own pattern special, simply because it is yours. I guess it does make sense. Now go home and rest. The rest of the time of change is upon you, and you will need strength to carry its weight. We will be ready. Wake up, Cinders. Does every day have to start with us having to wake you up personally? Rise and shine, sis. What the... Oh, is it morning already? Someone had an eventful night. I've had the strangest dream. At least I think it was a dream, or maybe... There's no time to discuss dreams, Cinders. We're leaving. What time is it? Time when only strumpets and their johns are up and about. Sophia, that was vile. That was the truth. It's barely sunrise and I should be fast asleep. Don't expect me to prance like some deranged pony just because there's some big ridiculous party coming up. Why did you have to get up then? What? It's not ridiculous. I mean, there are preparations to be made and we should be taking them seriously. We had to get up an hour ago. We need to get these dresses corrected and who knows how much time that will take. Oh yes, the grand ball. Come on, we need to go, now. Yes, I'm coming. Cinders will be gone for the rest of the day. The house will be left into your supervision. Do you think you can manage that? Don't be dense, of course you can manage. There are more well-oiled cogs in that pretty head than yours and mine combined. Or maybe just yours. Now let's move. I can manage things for one day, Gloria, don't worry. Alright, we're going then. Bye. Toodles. Have fun. So is this the second day? Or technically day and a half? Everyone's gone except me. Back to their important businesses, plots and grand balls. Why would they care about what I may want? It's just poor little Cinders, no one important. Could such a meek creature do but just sit and whine and then comply? Well, not this time. Today is going to be different. It's the first day of the rest of my life and it's high time I made some changes. I don't yet know how, but I'm going to get to that ball and I will make their jaws drop. And when I get back, everything is going to be different. Up until now I've only waited. Heaven knows what for. Complaining and whining didn't get me far either. Also a surprise. So let's start acting reasonable. I have an aim and I will achieve it. I will make the changes happen. I need to show Carmoso, Gloria and Sophia I can accomplish great things when I put my mind to it. It won't be easy, but let's face it, it would have no value if it was. I need a plan though. I need a dress and a way to get into the ball. The rest I can just wing. Both Madame Guide and that creature from the lake offered to help me when I finally know what I want. I swear, it's like I have two fairy godmothers. Having help is a nice change though. The Simon table's already turning, so whose word should I trust? To whom would it be better to be indebted? Who's less likely to mess it up for me? Ooh. Traditional the fairy. Excuse me. Both say they know my mother. One should always be careful making a pact with the Fae. Let's just go with tradition. Not gonna harm anyone, is it? Madame Guide's offer seemed genuine, maybe even honest, but she seems dead set on getting what she wants, no matter the cost. And hell knows what that is when it comes to me and my future. Not that the fairy is too comprehensible or predictable, but there is no gain and no improvement without some sacrifice. And at least with a fairy, the accomplishment would be great, and the sacrifice would be nobody's but my own. I think I could go out and talk with her before Camosa returns. Off I go then, to find the one who cannot be found. I think that's how they used to call the little folk in the old tales. I do hope she decides to show herself. The magic begins. Let's not check. This is not to sign. No, this is missable. Okay. I guess we just make another save. And then if we have to go back, I'm sure we can look fabulous with the fairy, right? Didn't realise it was missable. For some reason I thought they were all storyline achievements, but that doesn't make sense. I think they're just all low ratio. Which is great until you get endgame achievements. Which is fine when you've nearly finished the game, but... Right. Anyway, let's at least get to the ball. So the real question right now is, am I going insane? Strange, majestic creatures appearing from nowhere, claiming to know my mother. Fairies changing their fate, and me in the middle. I'm going to be like these old ladies with a bunch of cats, pointy hat, and warts on the tip of their noses who claim to be in tune to magic. Right, I shouldn't think too much about it. Let's just go and see if I'm insane or not. Hello? Is anyone here? This feels a bit silly, but I have no choice. I have to get to the palace and go to the ball. If you're here, please show yourself. I need your help. Oh, this is hopeless. What was I thinking? I have no time for this. I need to get to the palace with or without the assistance of magical forces. There is one girl in this kingdom who deserves to be there. It's me. I spent enough days scrubbing floors in my own house to earn the right to have this one brief evening of complete freedom. Without worries, without abuse, like an ordinary girl. I really need that. I start to feel as if Camosa robbed me of everything that's magical, beautiful, or fun about life, and then replaced it with constant worry and competition. I need to prove myself that those things can still happen, but I'm not as broken as her daughters. And going to the ball is only the beginning. I need to change my life completely. No more idle whining and wishing. I thought a lot about it, and I think I have the outline of a plan at least. There are two paths I could take. Retake the house from Camosa's hands, or escape and leave the town and start a new life. Why not enchant the prince so he would make you his queen? Hi, Jessie. Hello. You startled me. Were you listening the whole time? Yes, we are always listening to those who enter our domain. You have a third path before you. Why not charm the prince? Make him lose his head in just one evening and become his queen 1 week later? Well, that part of fairy tales I always had trouble believing. That and the fairies. Your doubts are misdirected. You could easily enthrall him with our aid. He came to the lake asking for our aid. We are offering it. Which path will you take? What I really want... What do we want? What do we want, stream? What we want is to be fabulous at the ball. So that's the achievement, but we did just make a save, so just change our mind. What do we want? Retaking the residence. That's not good for the sisters, and at least one of them's making an effort. Going for the prince and enchanting him seems wrong. And, the dude's already volunteered to run away with us, so I want to escape. The truth is that not much good awaits me here. Retaking the residence from Carmosa peacefully just won't happen. And luring the prince so much that he made me his queen. Please. There's no way I can be free remaining here. It's just not my house. It's not just my house. This entire town is like a prison. I have to leave this place and start again. With our age, we will enter the palace and leave the town. Beyond the borders of our domain, we have no influence. An ancient concord made of lords of this realm binds us to the heart of the land. Once you leave, you will be on our power, and our part of the agreement should be deemed fulfilled. You'll be on your own. Travelling alone doesn't sound very safe. It's a vast, dangerous world out there, and I've never left the town before. There's always Tobias. I could ask him to join me. He's someone I know I can trust. I think he really is in love with me, and this could be our only chance to live a normal life. Your blood clearly carries your mother's gift, being able to enchant someone in such a way. The one whose fate is tied to what he received from his father, and what he earned with his work. And yet you would still manage to subdue that faith and bend it to your will. Well, now I feel bad about that! There we go. This is something I feel at ease with, making him leave his entire life behind. But I really see no other way for us to be together. I have to go and talk to him. There's one more thing I'm concerned about, though. The main obstacle. Yes, Carmosa. She will send someone after me, I'm sure of it. Not because she worries for my safety and well-being, of course. She would be afraid that other people might talk. Her own stepdaughter escaping the residence under her supervision. How would that make her look? I need to cover my tracks somehow. Worry needlessly, and will provide protection. Simply return to your residence and wait. Wait? What do you mean? What will you do? Those who choose to follow your steps will lose their track in one way or another. I don't think I like this ominous vagueness, but I don't have a choice either. Alright, have it your way. It seems that your path has been decided. Yes, looks like I have a plan now. I think I know exactly what to do for the first time in my life. I still would like to go to the Grand Ball, though. And how am I going to get to the Royal Palace? That's the hard part. Apart from small details like the guards and me not being invited, there are more pressing issues here. Like, what am I going to wear? I don't suppose you use a good tailor that works for free. And seductive nature requires little aid, so providing you with the right clothing will be very easy. Trust in the lake, Cinders. It remembered your mother's wish and reached out to you offering one. Come to us before the ball, we will help you, and so the new Concord shall be sailed. How do you manage to sound so secretive and eerie all the time? How exactly will you help me? Have trust in the lake, like your mother. Like my mother. Something tells me you're not going to answer me no matter what I say. But fine, I don't have a choice here but to agree to your rules and hope it won't bite me in the rear. Okay, we'll pause briefly so we can look at the boats. So, I have managed to sink no boats. No boats. And by the looks of it, I have to complete Hugh, which I'm less fun about. So, I'm playing Cinders, because it's one of my boats. One of my squares. I don't know. Considering there are 5 boats, I've managed to not find any of the small ones. You'd think with 3 hits in a row it would have been a boat, but no. No, it is not. So that's how we're going with the boats, thanks for asking. You're on 0 boats as well, Reese. Fair enough. Yeah. I think it's a bigger grid, and that's fine. I mean, you know, it's 1 boat for the badge. It's just... it's taken a long time to get 1 boat. But fine, I don't have a choice here but to agree to your rules and hope it won't bite me in the rear. Thanks to the host, Mr. Cornus. Indeed, you must embrace your fate as it unfolds through our words. You will have no trouble doing so, your blood makes you attuned to sensing both opportunity and necessity. And the set the new gift will be offered, its weight and price shall unveil in time. You can buy. Thank you, I think. I wonder what Mum would say about all of this. I have no idea whether this plan is going to work. I have nothing to lose, though. And a life to gain. I need to see this through to have any chance at it. I just hope Hermosa doesn't manage to ruin it. Let's avoid the next random meeting with her, shall we? And let's stop addressing myself as plural, or speaking to myself altogether. Speaking to oneself is a bad sign, isn't it? Speaking to Tobias should help with that, as well as with a couple of other things. This is going to be a long talk. He seems genuinely serious with his feelings towards me, but running away together is something different. It is a step with no option to turn back and a lot to ask for, especially when his whole life and business are here. Maybe if we had more time, but leaving everything just tomorrow? No, no more whining. Let's go talk with the man before I change my mind by myself. Cinders, it's good to see you again. I swear, whatever Lady Carmosa is doing to keep you indoors, it clearly isn't working. You have no idea, but today it's a bit different. Big changes are coming, Tobias. I came to speak to you about something very important. Yeah, I can see that. Tell me what's going on. I've been thinking about our conversation, about our chances for being together, and how slim they are unless we leave, and, yes. And I want to do it. I want to escape this town with you, start everything over. I want to be able to live a normal life without other people coercing me to play a role I didn't choose. And I want to experience this with you. Would you be willing to share it with me? Cinders, this is very... are you sure? This is no small decision. I thought about it thoroughly and I asked someone for advice. Believe me, this is the only option we have. I see. We spoke about this, yes, and staying here does seem like a grim perspective, especially for you. But leaving also means going somewhere, arriving at a new life. How can we know it will be better? Actually, do we know anything about it at all? You are a proficient merchant, Tobias. You may underestimate your skills, but not everyone will be able to pick up their father's business at such a young age and make it prosper. Whatever place we find ourselves in, I'm absolutely certain we'll do well. And if not, we would at least have each other. I do have some savings and some experience. I reckon starting opening up a new shop far away from here is risky, but doable. I have a feeling you're in a hurry to leave, aren't you? Right, as always, I think we should leave right after the ball. You mean tomorrow? Don't tell me you're planning to murder someone? Trats, you know me too well. I'm the perfect material for an assassin. These rags I'm wearing make me inconspicuous and difficult to spot. My thoughts exactly. Then why the hurry? Why wait? There's nothing nefarious here, Tobias. The moment I realised this, my mind was set. Each day spent in this place is a day wasted to us. Waiting does us nothing good. We need to leave as soon as possible. Which means that right after the ball, which you have to attend, am I right? I need to be there for myself. I need to show my family and all those people who I really am. I won't go down in this town's history as some worthless broad who eloped with a local merchant. No, I will fly my colours proudly before that. Show Carmosa she made one mistake that she can't fix with money and intrigue. You sound lovely when you're confident like that, or scary. I can't decide. No, she's not scary! Just because a woman knows her mind does not make her scary. It's you who gives me confidence. Alright, this is way beyond manageable list, but I guess one can't apply business standards to everything. And in some strange way it actually all makes sense. I agree, let's do it, let's escape together. Hey, I knew I could count on you, Tobias. I just can't word how grateful I am. Sounds like a Joe sentence. We will meet tomorrow after the ball at the crossroads. I'll try to be there around midnight. And then we leave. I still can't believe we're already doing this. I won't even have the time to sell my inventory. But we are. Don't listen to me. I'll be there tomorrow. Well, you got all these chests. Just, trade something for a horse and cart and bring it all with you. You have to leave everything. Surely you got time to pack up. Don't worry, I feel that first time in my life I actually know exactly what I'm doing. This will work. Plus, it'd be interesting to see if we can change Cinderella's narrative. See you soon. Bye. Thank you again from the bottom of my heart. And off she goes. If this were a game of chess, she'd be the queen and I a pawn. Looks like Carmosa is still out. Good. I was honestly afraid I wouldn't be able to get back on time, or worse, stumble upon them on the way home. Nobody should have to come home hoping to find all the people gone, praying to be left alone. Fortunately, with some luck, it's the last time I feel like this. Tomorrow, everything's going to change, one way or the other. And I miss this house. Its walls hold many memories very dear to me. Mother's smiles, father's stories. It's funny. I hate Carmosa, but deep inside, I hope she's going to be successful with her plans. I want to believe this place won't fall apart after I'm gone. I wonder what I'm replacing this life with. Might be a dream come true. Might also be a nightmare, but I've got some lucid memories. Although, I think I'm going to miss my sisters. Who would have thought? After all, we are creatures of habit. That's like throwing away shoes that chafed, but were very familiar. I would hesitate, right? It wasn't always easy, but I've grown attached to them somehow. I do hope they'll be fine. Alright, enough of this. I need to go into my room and stay there as usual. When Carmosa comes back, I need to look like nothing is going on. The garden looks odd in this pale moonlight. Everything is set for the ball, but there's no living soul here except for me. It seems so unreal. Just a few hours ago it was full of servants carefully setting every little piece of decoration. Now it's as deserted as the preparations come to an end. Only the wind doesn't hesitate to run freely and ruffle everything. I have to say, it feels unusual tonight, like a charge about to go off during the storm. This tension in the air almost feels tangible. Our court jester used to greet people, "May you live in boring times." This feels like the grim opposite. Almost like an omen of things to come, a sign of a storm closing in. Interesting times. A Terry Pratchett quote. Interesting Times is an actual Terry Pratchett book. Discworld. Yes. I don't mind living in boring times for a little bit. I feel like everyone that was hoping 2021 was going to be different forgot to, hope for it to be better. I mean, there's still a small chance of things improving, but... Ow, my ear hurts. I'm mostly just a little bit fed up of this place. My house, my flat, not, But I do feel slightly better. I don't know. It's hard. It's been a weird year. And I'm talking like span of year, not 2021. And it's like 2/3 of the way through January. Finally, Discord wants to give me notifications again. They disappeared a while ago and I haven't been able to turn them back on. But they're back! Woohoo! Right, okay. Interesting times. I wonder whether any of this has chance of success. Can I commit to change and make it happen? Is this even possible? I've read the philosophers, but never seen it come true. Books and idealistic theories of one thing, but people tend to resist change, even change for the better. Father didn't make it any easier for me either. He was a good ruler, and he's remembered very fondly. Anything I do will be seen as betraying his legacy. It will be easier if he'd been a bloodthirsty tyrant. Feels like a storm is coming indeed. Even if I succeed, history may remember me as a renegade. And will any woman stand by me through this? Is this ball the best way to look for such a person? In the absence of better ideas or better judgment, I have made my decision. The best I could. Now all there is to see things through and hope. The weather tonight really doesn't feel right. These dogs in the kennels act as if possessed. I should get back to the palace. let's hope for an interesting ball night. Boring times. I'm glad I could finally take off that damn dress. It's badly done, badly cut, tight as hell, and looks ridiculous. No corrections are going to change it. Little old man called himself a tailor. What a joke. I bet I could do a better job of sewing a suit for him. Oh, my trim is always good. Cut his trousers tight in all the right places. The little fellow would be even smaller by the time I was done. This whole situation is stupid. No matter how tight and tasteless our dresses are, they won't make any of us a princess. Gloria, weren't you supposed to be in the garden? I was, but the weather turned... I was! The weather turned bad so suddenly. I've never seen the weather change so quickly. Oh, my big mature sister got all spooked about a big bad cloud. Don't be ridiculous, Sophia. I'm not in the mood for this. Maybe you would like to get all soaked in the rain and look miserable, but I surely don't. Well, I don't see a single drop of rain outside. Neither can I. Strange. I swear I could see flashes between the clouds. Are you practicing talking about the weather before the ball? But it's not working. You're still boring. No, but I can see you're already sharpening your tongue. The prince will surely appreciate your wits. And how is your dress, Sophia? By all things held dear and holy by the naive people in this world, I swear if you ask me this question one more time, you'll feel my pain. The reason I repeated the question so many times today was in the hope that it would stretch a little over time. Yeah, well, it didn't stretch an inch. Taylor did a good job there. When I wear it, I feel like a properly packaged piece of pork. Why didn't you tell Mother then when we were at the tailor's? You could have applied further corrections. Because her loving motherly eyes told me, one more complaint and you're dead, girl. Your choice of words is poor as usual, but I agree with your sentiment. Mine is still much too tight as well. Ha! I always found it astonishing how my pain tends to trigger such a native joy in a little black heart. No, it's not like that. I mean, you're right about the joy part, but something else made me laugh. Do tell me. I'm sure it's going to be utterly enlightening. Well, tell me, aren't these dresses a wonderful metaphor for our lives? I fail to see it, I'm afraid. Oh, hi, Leaky! And thank you for the 7th month resub! Much appreciated. We're still trying to fit in clothes which someone else made for us this whole time, or rather, the image of us in that someone's head. I bet they're a perfect fit for those phantasms inside Mother's mind, disciplined and pretty as dolls. Stop it! Your bitterness is getting tiring. And stop being so childish. It's only a dress. A lady must learn how to walk, talk, and smile, even if the corset is a bit tight. You know that Mother is only trying to teach us how to behave properly in society. She had to endure far much more than a tight dress to get us where we are now. I really need some tea. So, we're going to pause there and take a very quick tea break, and I'm back soon. Vicky? No, it wasn't anything you said. It was just more Scruff did hydrate and I didn't have any tea. I will hydrate in a minute when it's slightly less hot, Scruff. Also. Hey. So yes. You know that Mother is only trying to teach us how to behave properly in society. She had to endure far more than a tight dress to get us where we are now. Oh yes, the sacrifices she makes to make us shine during the grand ball. Your cynicism gives you little credit. You know very well this is important to her. Perhaps it is. Tell me this, sister. Is it important for us? Should be good. Have fun at work. Burn the roof of your mouth, yes. Luckily, I had just enough cold that it's perfect. Clunk. Finally. The day is over. Both dresses fit, everything's in place, and even that incompetent tailor agreed to lower the price. All things considered, everything went better than expected. It's a shame the girls don't seem to realise how important this is to them. Nor do they appreciate how much effort it takes to prepare two young ladies to make their debut in court. Especially... You know, I thought it worked really well. Do you mean on the video? Because it works fine in the thing. Or does it work fine for me? I thought it was cool. Especially if no one cared to invite them. They're not even aware of what that means for women their age. By noble standards, they're getting old and must be introduced soon if they are ever to find a husband. And without a husband, they may as well lock themselves up in this house and wait for old age to come and relieve them of their miserable lives. I hope they'll grow up soon and open those naive eyes to the way the world works around them. Yeah, well, I think that's Rainmaker chat. I didn't see how it's displayed it, but yeah. If it's, to be fair, if you remind me, I'll ask them to fix it. Because I'm sure it's just a bug. In fact, I'll stick a marker in and then I'll go back and have a look how it looked and then take a screenshot for them. Hi, Emma. Yeah, if I didn't already own all the Artifacts Mundi games, it'd be really good. Yeah, like 25... They're like 75% off or something ridiculous. Definitely worth it if you've not played them, you know. But yeah, if you already own them, it's not great. I know, but I like playing them. No, there aren't any more out that I've not played. The last one I played with Paul December. Must be a new one coming out soon. Anyway. It's either that or they will end up alone in some dark and empty room, forgotten and hated by everyone. Thank heavens for the night. If nothing else, it's easy to hide oneself in the dark from the gaze of others. If no one wants to see it, it isn't happening. That's the way people work. And I learned that lesson the hard way. Is that a storm coming over the horizon? One of those strange, cold ones. That rain. I think I remember a storm like this many years ago. That night when... she died. It's no good to think about things like that before I go to sleep. Oh dear. It's late and the weather's turning bad, but I better close the window before the storm comes. Thank goodness it's dawn already. I haven't slept for the entirety of the night. How could I? I feel like there's a dozen especially vicious poisonous butterflies having a grand ball of their own in my stomach. Poisonous butterflies, that's a good one. Cinders' lack of sleep will surely make you very eloquent this evening. Still, if things do go according to the plan, this has just been my last night spent as a slave in my own house. I can hear Carmosa's voice. Is she mustering the girls again? Her private little army of 2. Well, whatever training she gives them, nothing will prepare them for this evening. Oh my, won't they be surprised. As will be Carmosa. The all-powerful, all-knowing lady will be caught at a loss tonight. I think I should sneak out right after they leave the house if I'm going to get the dress before it all starts. So hurry up, girls.
6 additional guards in the main hall. That makes 65, and 2 dressed up as guests following the prince discreetly. At least that much good has come from the masks everyone will be wearing. Guards can be disguised and mix in the crowd. Of course, every assassin, vagabond, or other villain opposing the rule of the prince will be dressed as guests as well. This is going to be a long night. Security is quite tight, but during a mass ball, the chance of an unwanted person squeezing in is far too high for my liking. I guess I'll just have to follow the prince closely. Contrary to what His Highness believes, I think a proper guard presence is needed at this event. On the other hand, I'm being let go, so why do I care? The prince has determined that this is the age of politics and plots, not war. Information instead of zeal. Wonder how well that will work. Somehow I don't think people change that quickly or willingly. Someone assaults the future king with a hidden blade, but then suddenly the ruler yells, "What's the capital of the lands of the mists?" Well, and the attacker folds. But fair enough, I have decided not to adapt, so I'm staying behind. And with my inadequate methods, I should protect the prince one last time, and come what may. My attachment to the code, to honour, and to the crown is also a thing of the past. Inadequate. Let me just check the windows and fences one more time.
You are late. I know, I'm sorry. It was difficult to leave the house. Carmosa and the girls ran amok. Do you know how long it takes to tie all those funny strings in a corset? Wait, you probably don't. I can't believe I'm doing this, making excuses in front of an otherworldly apparition. Then don't make them. Right, so how am I going to get to the ball? I doubt that's even possible. Your doubts are useless, your belief is not. Because you accepted our aid, we have left a gift for you under the old oak. A gift? As promised, we have sewn a dress for you. It'll please you. You can try it on. Alright then, just give me a moment. Heavens, it's beautiful. This fabric is so fine. What is it made of? Alright, keep your secrets. It's still incredible. The shoe's not exactly my size though. Oof. I really feel like a princess. Whatever the price right now, I'd say it was worth it. Still, there's the minor detail of getting inside the palace without a royal invitation. Lords of this land and that, a little obsession with insignificant pieces of paper. Seals made by mortals mean nothing to us. As long as you keep the dress on, no one will stop you. Be confident, walk right in and don't look back. Sounds utterly crazy, but who am I to discuss secrets of the arcane with a half-transparent being? I know it will work. Thank you for your help, I owe you. We are honouring the old concord and sealing a new one with you. Like your mother, you have not forsaken us. You have made rights, and your wish will be granted. You will carry the weight of your fate for a while. We will help you lift it higher and carry it further. Once the cycle is complete, the weight will reveal its price. That didn't sound cryptic and ominous at all. What about my other wish? Will you help me escape this town without a trace? We will. Go back to your mansion when the ball is over. There, wait for our sign. What kind of a sign? You will recognize it. We wish you good fortune, Cinders. It is time for you to go. How did I not see this before? They're also used to wearing masks all the time. Today's dress code changes nothing. All it did was bring out their mastery in masquerading.
Isn't this what we have chosen to support, sir? Sire? The monarch is the one to set the tone for this country. Didn't you want the land to become a political arena?
Politics instead of war, yes, but this game of appearance disgusts me as much as it disgusts you. Politics for the sake of progress and people, that is what I think is best for this country, not this. But I know that you don't condone this, do you?
When the ways of our forefathers are changed, honor disregarded, and rules made grey and flexible, this is what happens. A world where the true-faced win.
It's not entirely true. What should happen is that the people will be given voice and empowered. It may have some disadvantages, but it's still the future.
Maybe it is. But I don't trust people that much. If you want honesty and righteousness, you need black and white rules and a stable set of values behind them.
Yes, but we need a land of prosperity too, and I don't mean material prosperity alone. I want a land of as much joy as is reasonably possible in my realm. It's a worthy goal, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make it happen. I do understand your reluctance to practice politics, though, and I appreciate your honesty. You have the right to be doubtful. Curiously enough, to set people free, you need some level of deceit, hypocrisy, and gossip.
If you say so, sire.
See, it even rubbed off on you a little, my old friend. But right now I have to play along. Deal with this lot and choose a wife from among them. Frankly, I don't see any good candidates on the horizon. What do you think I should do? I could use your advice on how to proceed.
I wouldn't even begin to imagine how one might approach the situation.
Please, just tell me what you think.
I think that you are overthinking it, my lord. Maybe just try and blend in and go with the flow of things.
So you're saying I should stop staying outside, observing and judging the women who came here?
Well, that is not exactly what I said.
But you are right. If I'm to learn the true natures of the ladies that are here, I need to give them a chance. So for now, I'm going to stop judging and reach out. Thank you, friends. Ooh. Oh, look what they've done with Sophia's hair. The dresses like this is the chance to rise up in the world. Each of you can become so much more than impoverished royal nobility. Nobility. I can say words. You'll be royalty. You don't want that. You do want that, don't you? I'm not so certain. Of course we do. This isn't the attitude that will win you a better life. If you don't commit to it, ignore the rest, you'll lose. We are committed, we really are. It's just not easy, Mother, but we'll try. My dear Gloria, nothing in this world that is worth striving for is easy. You need to fight for a better life, endure hardships, discomfort, and sacrifices. This is your chance. If you play it right, you won't have to worry about any of those ever again. Do you understand what it means? Now, smarten yourselves up, girls. Do something about that cringe, Sylvia. And you, Gloria, adjust that coiffure. Good. What for? Not that I can't endure pain and hardships, Mother. You've made it sure we both can, but what's the purpose? You won't choose us anyhow. Now, you have to do this if you want to survive. Go up. If you commit and do your best, you have a chance. What did you think? That ending up with some smaller nobility and soldier is an option for my daughters? You idiots aim low. We will do everything we talked about yesterday, and we'll try and charm the prince. I'm not sure that I can do that, but I'll try. Didn't raise you two to be unable to gain influence over a single man. You are young, pretty, you are women. Use your wits and instincts. And if that fails, Gloria, as we all know it will, you can always flaunt your cleavage. But wouldn't that come across as very unladylike? What would people think? There are many ways to entice a man. Your beauty will help you in that, so do not be ashamed of it. Use it if necessary. Those dresses cost me a fortune and more than a single white hair, but they should draw some stares. And let's make sure you get the chance to use your feminine wiles. Each of you will go get the prince's attention, introduce ourselves, and get invited to a dance. How do we get invited? Are we to invite the prince ourselves? Just hint at it subtly. Or heavily, but then remember about the cleavage. Shut up, Sophia. I'm trying to understand what to do as best I can. You never understood the idea, did you, sister? Quiet. There are more important things than bickering right now. Focus, you two. You both look astounding, and I am sure you'll do fine. You're my daughters after all. Gloria, you go first, then Sophia. Remember, stand up straight and smile at all times. And when you dance, every other pirouette, brush against him accidentally. Good luck, sis. You are going to need it, you know. Don't listen to her, just go. Very well, so I'm keeping an open mind. Do you have any other advice?
No. However, there is a very pretty young lady standing over there and gazing your way, my prince.
Most of them are, as if there was some kind of contest of the kingdom and palace is the palace is the main prize. No, this is not Artifacts Mundi. It does have similar aesthetic though, doesn't it? This is Crunching Koalas and I've forgotten the name, but it's definitely not Artifacts Mundi. It could be one of the devs, because Artifacts Mundi is the publisher. It could be one of the devs. That did it, because Artifacts Mundi do outsource some of their games, or publish other developers' games, which is why we don't have like all of the series as of ones. Sometimes we'll have like the 17th in the series. Yeah. Well, if there are many candidates gathered together for one event, and one of them will be chosen to become rich and influential, if not a contest for the kingdom as a prize, how would you describe it, my lord? Ah, good point, my friend, although let's try and select a wise queen and a good companion for the years to come. That young lady really looks absolutely astounding, and she has this dignified air about her. Please excuse me. Good luck, my lord. Good evening, mysterious beauty. How are you enjoying yourself? Thank you, Your Highness. The ball is amazing. Everyone's excited to be here, as am I. Oh my god, no nut puzzles! I hate nut puzzles. Please, stand up. Oh, I'm sure they are. Half of them because they're rooting for their hidden agenda to take effect tonight. How can I blame them? But I am certain every court member wishes you both you and the land the best. Oh, please excuse my bluntness, but do you genuinely think this to be true? What was your impression when you talked to them? I haven't talked to many of the guests, Prince, but I honestly believe they have the kingdom's interests at heart, even if it doesn't show. Fine. Have you tasted the food? We have brought spices from the eastern lands, especially for this occasion. I am sure it's excellent, my lord. It looks like pieces of art, and the smell is delicious. Are you sure? These small sweet rolls are a particular pride of our cooks. They're called soffins, and baking them involves the help of an alchemist. That sounds fascinating, Your Highness. It is. That's why the taste is indescribable. Neither sweet nor sour, nor salty or bitter, and unlike anything known to nature, alchemically magical. Have some. Thank you, Your Grace, but a lady should watch her figure. Surely a woman of your beauty doesn't need to worry about such things. You look as delicate as the morning breezes. You are too kind, Your Highness. Are you sure? Thank you, Your Highness. Maybe just a little bite. God, now we've got not jokes. Oh, you don't need to call me Your Highness. I don't attach that much value to formalities. After all, I'm not a king yet. Oh, I'm so sorry for the mistake, Your Highness. I didn't mean to imply. I'm truly sorry. That's nothing. Don't mention it. Oh, I won't mention it again if that's what you mean. I'm sorry. It's fine. Just please relax. I get the feeling you are very tense. Can we just chat casually? Of course, my prince. What would you like to chat about? How do you like the music? The music is heavenly, my prince. You really think so? Why? I don't know much about music, but this seems like an excellent choice, my prince. Well, then maybe let's talk about things that interest you. Why don't you choose the topic? I do not know what you like and what interests you, Your Grace. Fine, I did it again. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean it'll not happen again. Oh, don't worry. Don't worry. I'm sorry Your Highness isn't pleased. I didn't mean to upset you, my prince. I truly didn't. Somehow I wish you did. Will you please excuse me, my lady? Of course, my prince. I hope you enjoy your evening. This is going to be a long night. She did try. Gloria, you're back so soon. The prince failed to meet your standards and you had to fend off all his attention and admiration. Did you dismiss him and take your leave? No. You're awfully quiet. What happened then? I know, you used up all your eloquence on the prince. I'm sure he was really impressed. It's probably why he ran off so fast. He was too intimidated to stay in presence of such perfection. I'm glad you gave me this opportunity to point out again how great an example you are for me. Please enlighten me as to what the key pillars to your... Will you shut up already? Enough. If there was ever a time when I expected you two to focus, this is it. Sophia, stop with these pointless remarks. Want to show your sister? Then go and prove you can do what she failed at. I never said I could, and I'm not sure whether... Oh, really? Not sure of yourself suddenly? Stop whining, stand up straight, keep your chest forward. Maybe for once your silly books will have their use. I heard the prince reads a lot. He does? What does he read? I don't know and I don't care. Just try to use it to your advantage. If this doesn't work, you're not as pretty as your sister, so just flatter him along. You can do it. Right, I'm sure he's not used to that. Is there anything else you would like to add to this conversation, Sophia? If not, then I suggest you go and charm the prince. I wonder what books is actually going to have more chance. What about Gloria? Your sister and I are going to have a little chat while you are gone. You concentrate on the prince. Be seductive. Go. I'll miss your pleasant chat with Mother, Gloria, and I was so hoping to be a good show. Just go. Good evening, Your Grace. Oh, I do hope I used the right style. Good evening, my lady. It is one of the conventional titles used when addressing kings, so no, not really. At least not yet. Oops, looks like I blew it already. I wouldn't worry about that. I never understood all those subtleties myself, nor cared for them for that matter. I must be really lucky then, since I don't care much for titles myself. Never seen the purpose. You do not? Quite a rare trait for a daughter of a noble house. And more importantly, daughter of a powerful, ambitious lady. Don't forget about women with agendas, Your Highness. They tend to be pretty hard to overlook anyway. Oh, is that so? Oh yes, quite an overbearing character, that mother of ours. She even made us wear these dresses, you see. Have you ever worn a corset this tight, my prince? No, I never had the chance, opportunity. Oh, neither have I until today. But it really doesn't matter, because we all have our roles to play and tasks to fulfill. After all, a single night can change the fate of many. Old families, great houses, dynasties, etc. I can see you're quite upset, my lady. I'm only the younger daughter. My mother wasn't born into ladyship, so it's second-hand nobility you're talking to. You don't have to lady me, my prince. All right, if you say so. So are you here because your mother asked you to come against your will? Yes, that's exactly why I'm here. Because I'm a good girl who's willing to play her part. In that case, would you believe it if you said, the reason why I'm here is not that different from yours? I guess you could call it a family obligation. Yes, although my oppressive parent is here in spirit alone, his legacy is omnipresent, his influence palpable. I thought the wine tasted funny. Oh, no need to play that shocked look on me. If you're anything like me and your father was even slightly similar to my mother, a joke like that won't make you blink. You're right. Having spent all my life among people trained to keep up appearances, I picked up all the conventional reflexes. Like acting shocked when someone is making a joke about your dead parent, even though everyone knows he wasn't as good a father as he was a king. I feel lucky already. At least no one ever forced me into a mould of politeness. I shudder at the thought of someone trying. Such a silly concept, this politeness, lying to each other in the name of good manners, as if honesty was a vice. You are a very original young woman, you know that? Is an original one of the categories physicians use when they lock you up in an asylum? Technically, I think it's innovative. And I am serious. I'm glad you're here. I'd love to get to know you better. The correct response here would be to say thank you, Your Highness. And maybe blush a little bit, yes? Well, I'm not good at blushing on demand. Don't get me wrong, my prince, you seem much nicer than I expected. But I didn't come here because I wanted to have a chat with you. I'm here because my mother has serious control issues and wants me to play a role she scripted for me, probably before I was even born. Not a very entertaining role, mind you. I think they'd actually make a perfect couple. We'll see. And as for my sister, well, alright. That actually is the pleasant part. I just wanted to show her that I can do better without even trying. And I couldn't care less about ruling. Grown-ups sitting in ridiculous chairs wearing funny hats made of metal. Frankly, it all seems very silly to me. Well, you've made your point quite clear. Ooh. Ah! Sorry, I had to go back. So what now? Now, if you were a normal man, I would gladly invite you to our residence. Show how our lovely family operates, get to know you better. But alas, you are not. Therefore, it's the perfect time to go back home and get this cursed thing off my waist. Whoever invented those must have been really innovative. Good night. Have a nice ball and everything. I'm out of here. What the heavens? This ball is turning into a madhouse rather rapidly. Too bad though. This one I started to like. Yeah, would have made a perfect thing. Alright, I'm almost there and all ready. Time to make my grand entrance. Time for my bleep bloop. And I want to see what a dress looks like. A complete and utter disaster. You have no idea how much this will cost our family. You had a chance to secure the future for yourselves. And for your children and their children, you've been very lucky to find a single man in the kingdom willing to court you after the display you gave tonight. And good riddance. What did you say? Rather luck. There's some commotion in the ballroom. I think someone important has arrived. Indeed. Whoever that is, they can afford to be so late, so I'm guessing it really has to be someone important.
Everyone has gone silent. What is going on?
Hello?
Looks like we have an latecomer interested in that.
Hey! No pumpkin carriage though. Is that the issue that I needed? Yes, that is. Let me scan. Hit the scan and then we'll switch over in a bit and see whether we got it. That is a mighty fine dress. I don't applaud her lack of punctuality, but she certainly knows how to make an entrance. I wonder who she might be.
I don't think punctuality is among the top qualities expected from a future queen.
What about stunning looks?
Not a prerequisite, but then again neither is courage, and this one clearly has plenty of both. Watch out, my prince, she is coming.
Good evening, your highness, and to you too, captain.
Good evening, my lady. Now if you please excuse me, my prince.
Good evening, my lady. I have noticed you only just arrived. Even those who care little for appearances must accept the fact that people still judge others by their looks. That's why proper preparations have to take time.
And if I may judge, the outcome is positively stunning.
No, this is not a boat. This is a shot in the dark to see whether the 5 is in this position. I don't know. It's really just, it was an achievement. It was an achievement on the board, so I thought I would do it. Plus, if I finish the story, then I can move on to a different game. Flattery is a very pleasant way of showing others we want something from them. So what is it you want in this situation, my prince? Is it an obedient wife, a wise consort, or just someone to keep you warm at night? Do not get me wrong, your highness. I do empathize with your complicated situation and understand you must have a wife to be crowned. I can see you don't hold social conventions in high regard. It is quite an accurate description of my predicament, though. And yet, understanding this, you are here. Don't tell me it's to taste wine from the royal cellars. Frankly, there's more than one reason. The wine, the food, not to mention company. I won't deny I found power interesting, especially after hearing all the rumours. Oh, so there is a spark of curiosity behind that cold and inquisitive look. There is nothing more natural than being attracted to power, my lady. I didn't say I was attracted to it. I merely stated that I find it, and those who wield it, intriguing. For example, what kind of person does one have to be a good ruler?
A sound philosophical question worthy of the author of the Jew.
And what are your views on the matter? Although her approach may be at times cynical or overly instrumental, I believe that Levy and Malik managed to describe power in its actual rather than ideal form.
An independent judgment from a well-read lady. How very refreshing. I always regretted the fact that such a fine scholar as Lady Malik does not hail from our kingdom. Perhaps I was simply blind to the treasures of our realm. The fact that some women do in fact receive education even in its backwater land.
You speak harshly about your own kingdom, my prince. Criticism might be the only weapon of the powerless, but you are hardly without power, you know.
To be honest, I am pretty powerless. Being a prince mostly entitles me to living in more comfortable quarters than, say, town's innkeeper, but I don't even get a fraction of his power. But assuming I were a king already, what would have you do, my lady? What changes would satisfy subtle tastes of a learned modern woman such as yourself?
I might have read a few books, but I'm not a politician. I can speak generally of injustices that require mending or errors which need to be corrected. I believe the kingdom would benefit from reforms in a more modern style of government.
Isn't that a polite way of saying the monarchy is obsolete?
Not necessarily. An enlightened ruler may balance novelty and freedom with stability and tradition. As long as he keeps those who could threaten him either too satisfied or too afraid to rise up against him.
Against him or her, I would add.
Yes, gender plays no role in such matters. At least here we have some equity.
I must admit you are an intriguing woman, my lady. Very different from the rest of the people who came in today. They don't seem to be even slightly bothered by the masks they have to wear. I wonder if it's so because they wear them every single day as well. Okay, let's just have a quick look. And I think that was a sploosh. That was a sploosh. Okay. I don't know. Let's get on with the story. But you are different. You may be wearing a mask, but you speak to me plainly and honestly, risking being misunderstood or simply rejected. I can appreciate that, even if you did leave me a bit flabbergasted. You judge me very quickly, Prince. I could be many things, none of which I appear at this moment. And during the last few days, I've learned that people are as complex as their motivations and agendas, and more importantly, we are all products of circumstances and surroundings. It would be easier to simply summarize others at first glance, have their actions justified with a simple because, but it would be false, as we can never really grasp what is inside them. I must admit I find the dictum terrifying, that all of us are merely actors on some stage set out for us. Be it others or fate, being determined by things we can't control is frightening. I know it all too well. You speak of your family? I am. It isn't a light story, Your Highness. Definitely an off-topic for polite and charming conversation to make the time pass more pleasantly. I would like to hear about it nonetheless, if I am not asking for too much. Please, tell me about your family, my lady. How could I refuse you, my prince? Well, my brother died bringing me into this world. My father eventually remarried a woman who already had 2 daughters. He died soon after that, so now I live with a stepmother and need 2 daughters. That is strange. I've never heard of a noble house with 3 daughters and no father. I recall of one family of a widow with 2 daughters, though. Stepmother doesn't see me as one of her daughters. She allows me to stay in her house under one condition. I work as a servant for bed and board. Those who are familiar with the family know of my existence. As for others, I wouldn't be surprised if she told everyone she has 2 daughters and that is it. That's unbelievable. I did warn you about this topic. It isn't very entertaining. No, I'm glad you told me about it. It showed me how ignorant I still am, and how little I know about my own realm. Well, in that case, I'm glad you asked me about my life. Look at me babbling like a lunatic. You must be wondering whatever happened to royal manners. I forced you to speak about things which you must find painful during the ball. When we're supposed to be taking our mind off unpleasant things, please allow me to make amends. Would you do me the honour? Oh, I'm not really a dancer. Don't worry, my lady, I will show you. All right. Maybe I can learn something from you as well, my prince. Is this all right? You're doing fine, my lady. Oh, her shopkeeper! This isn't as difficult as I expected. Not that I expected to be dancing, my prince. And yet here we are. It feels very natural too. Who knows, maybe it was fate that brought the 2 of us together. I used to think about fate in a similar way. Until someone told me that sometimes one's fate is to decide how fate should be altered. Even though the most important things in life are given and we have little or no say as far as they're concerned. Here we are, back at the not-so-pleasant topic of necessity and determination. Terrifying, I remember. But in truth, isn't all we are decisions we make regardless of fate, when we ignore the fact that we can't know what awaits in the future? Even if it means ignoring possible consequences of our actions about which we know nothing. Yes, even then, what good is worrying about outcomes which can't be foreseen? Prices no one can yet estimate. Some things are set and fixed, everything else is up to us. And all we can do is decide how to act in spite of that. Yes, it is exactly what I have been repeating to myself. This may not be the wisest thing to say at the moment, but I'll say it anyway. I consider myself lucky to have met you tonight, my lady. Luck or not, I'm glad as well. Very glad to be here with you, Prince. Yes, those ghosts are kind of creepy. I think they're just meant to be masked, anonymous people. Have I complimented your eyes already? Strange, I can't seem to remember. Neither can I. Let's assume you haven't. I can't get enough of looking into them. They have these amazing dancing sparks inside them. They suit you more than well. They speak of wit and intelligence. Now, I'm sure you haven't complimented my eyes. Please do continue. What else do you find attractive? I will then. I adore watching your lips as well. They move so gracefully when you speak.
as if conveying a promise. And what promise have you read from them? I dare not say it. Let's move on to your neck. Skip the neck, Prince. What about my chest? Chest is not the word I'd use. What word would you prefer? I think we should get to know each other better before we switch to a more colloquial vernacular. I'd love to get to know you better, my lady. You will have your chance, my prince, if you're persistent enough and constant in your ambition. But we tend to undervalue things we have achieved effortlessly. Let me give you an obstacle, my prince. You may thank me later. You really are incredible, my lady. You wouldn't have it any other way, my lord. Good night, and thank you for this unforgettable evening. Mother, is that? Well, I'll be. Cinders? Carmosa, girls, are you enjoying the ball? I certainly am. Brazen little brat, how dare you come here, show off in front of the prince like some harlot and steal his attention away from my daughters. Oh, really? Because the girls were doing so well on their own. You know, I think it's always easier to be charming and make a good impression on people when you're relaxed and confident about what you're doing. I came here on my own will, Carmosa, while your poor daughters only came because they either fear or don't want to disappoint you. You little, they came because they know it's important. They came because you put the weight of your sick ambition on their shoulders and whipped them to make them go faster. The fact that you can't see your mistake makes your failure all the more tragic. Perhaps I was mistaken. Cinders, you really were amazing. Yeah, not bad at all. Thanks. So, what are you going to do now? Any more surprises for the rest of the evening? If you do, please warn us in advance, or someone may have a heart attack. Surprises? What do you expect me to do? I'll just head home. I got what I wanted, right? Besides, these shoes are killing me. What are they even made of, blasted thing? It's the left one that almost cut my skin. Let's see if I can send you flying over the wall, shall we? There. And stay there. I'll be going there. Take care, ladies. And there she went. Well, I'd say this has been an entertaining and very educational experience. What do you think, Gloria? Yes, I think I did learn something about myself. All of us, actually. Would you agree, Mother? Mistake. Looks like someone has just been hit with a revelation. Too bad it wasn't sooner.
Good evening, Lady Carmosa. Ladies, I'm looking for the girl you spoke to a moment ago. Do you know who she is and where I could find her?
Do we know her, Gloria? She seemed kind of familiar. It's our stepsister, Cinders, Captain. Why are you looking for her?
Royal orders. The prince would like to have a word with her.
Cinders has just left, Captain. She seemed to be in a hurry too, as if trying to get back home before midnight. Funny, since Mother's here and she wasn't supposed to be here at all. It isn't like she needs to make it before curfew or anything. That lovely dress was as terrible as her shoes. Maybe she just wants to get back home and take it off as soon as possible.
Her shoes?
Yes, slippers. Very original design too. She said they were awfully uncomfortable and then threw one over the wall. The other one is still here on the ground.
Slippers.
It's interesting to see how this is going to turn out. Later that night. I still can't believe she did it. I would never suspect. I still can't believe she did it. I would never suspect. Of course, because everyone's as dim-witted as you are and never does anything out of the ordinary or unexpected. Oh yes, I'm sure you were able to foresee this precisely as it happened. Did you see it in tea leaves or read it in a children's book one afternoon while avoiding work, being useless as usual? Dan, you know what I'm going to say. You game as you want a game. You do you. Don't want to do warboats? Don't do warboats. It's all good. We've got a little while still, right? At least until the end of the month. I have to admit, I didn't look to see when the competition ended. How can we do that? until the 15th of February. Yeah, I just found that. So there is plenty of time. Easy enough, as long as you don't completely avoid all of the games on your list, to get some kind of vote hit to get the badge. But anyway, I did entertain the thought that she might be trying to pull something off, if you must know. But believe what you want, I don't care. I too suspected she might try to do something unthinkable. She was so secretive and compliant at times. I suppose it could point to an inevitable explosion. But I didn't expect she had it in her. Gloria, please. Sometimes you sound like a cliché villain from a bad romance novel. Of course, if something's not twisted, weird, or shocking, you won't consider it honest. Not everyone is like you, Sophia. Fortunately so. Just not everyone tries to be a mirror image of their mother down to mimicking her manner of speech. But you are not Carmosa, remember? You do not lead, you follow. Mindlessly. Shut up, you.
Open up. Open up in the name of the prince.
It's him. Why did he have to come, and in the middle of the night? Will the wonders never cease, just like your ridiculous cliché impersonations? There's no time for this now, though I'm sure Mother will deal with you later. I'll go summon her. You do that. Oh, this is from the very beginning, I think.
Open up, I won't repeat myself.
Mother! Sophia, don't stand like that. Open the door and let this noisy man in. Yes, Mother. Our captain. What brings you here at this time of night?
Spare me those false pleasantries. You know why I'm here. Where is she?
Very well, Sophia. Get Cinders here right away. Yes, Mother. Be quick about it, child. Captain, would you fancy some wine while we wait for my lazy stepdaughter?
Don't push it. You know this is not a courtesy visit. I'm afraid a lot is going to change here tonight.
I bought Cinders. Good evening, Captain. What a surprise to see you here.
It shouldn't be. Were you present at the grand ball tonight? Now, answer me honestly.
Cinders? Yes, I was, Captain.
Then I'm afraid I must arrest you.
I was not expecting that. What? For? Bloody. I can't believe it, but why? She did nothing wrong.
Attendance without a proper formal invitation is a serious breach of security and is considered as an action endangering the prince.
Well, attendance without a genuine invitation. Cinders, how could you have done such a thing? They haven't done anything to endanger the prince. Surely they must take that into consideration when you decide my case. I don't know what your reasons were, but that is to come out during questioning. Royal justice has never been known for its soft approach to traitors, my dear.
Lady Carmosa, please refrain from commenting. I would like to make this as easy as possible for everyone.
Very well, girls, let this man do his duty. Hi, Mr. Corners. I wasn't saying anything, you old hag. But Cinders, why did you do it? Breaking the law doesn't sound quite like you. I guess it's too late to wonder about that now, isn't it, Captain? I could never quite understand her, and now she's simply crossed the line. You must take her. Know that this house respects the royal law.
Cinders, I'm going to arrest you now. Don't do anything stupid. I'll escort you from here and make sure everything is as it should be. You'll be fine, I promise.
You are very kind, Captain. There is no need for that. She is accustomed to hard treatment, so she'll manage. And let us not forget, she did endanger the prince. Doing okay. How are you doing, Mr. Corners?
Yes, I can see what one may or may not be accustomed to here. Would anyone else like to try to tell me how to do my job? Good. Cinders, are you ready?
How can I be ready for my own arrest? But yes, do what you must. I get the feeling you might be the lucky one, Cinders, actually breaking free from all this family business. Maybe this is how the fairies let her escape. Clever. The guard asks you whether you're ready to be arrested. I want to trade places with you. Sophia! Can you go now, Captain?
In the name of the prince, I'm arresting you. Now follow me. Good night, ladies.
Captain? What's going to happen to her? It was so rash of her to break the law. Gloria, you are officially a cliché idiot. Besides, wasn't all that unusual.
So I guess that's it. Do you know what to do next?
What?
Do you know what to do next?
What do you mean? I'm free?
Of course. I was supposed to escort you to the crossroads safely, and from here on you can travel where you want. You seem surprised.
Of course I'm surprised. Just a short while ago you were arresting me. I'm not being arrested, are we?
No, you're not. I don't even know you, let alone of your transgressions. Why would I want to arrest you?
I was so relieved. I was genuinely scared.
So you didn't know. Weren't you in on this?
No, but how come you were? Why are you helping me? Don't get me wrong, I'm very grateful. It's just I didn't expect it.
Since when does that matter? You wish for a happy ending where you escape from the unsuspecting Lady Carmosa? So here you are, escaping. Here I am, helping you do it secretly, buying you time. You got what you wanted, haven't you?
I did. Thank you. Whatever your reasons were, your actions helped turn my life around.
So I've heard you're expecting someone.
What do you mean?
From what I understand, someone was to meet you here. You're not escaping to travel alone, are you?
You don't need to worry. There's a brave and witty young man joining me in my journey.
Ah, a knight to protect the lady. That is only proper.
A merchant, to be precise, but that was my heart's choice, and I must say that I can't imagine a knight to be a better companion for me.
Oh yes. The times are truly changing. Good to know the romance stays the same. Young lovers escaping by the cover of night.
Yes, that romance fairy tale is what I choose to live by. You should try it sometimes. I assure you, it feels wonderful.
Maybe some other day I will. I wish you luck, fair maiden. May fate smile upon you both.
Good luck, Captain, and thank you again for your help. Aw, maybe it wasn't actually the captain, but a fairy disguised as the captain, or maybe the captain owed the fairies a favour? Either way, that was a cool way of doing it. Cinders? I'm here. Hello, Cinders. Oh, let me greet you properly. Aww. I didn't quite get that. Could you repeat what you mumbled in your greeting? You do realise you're in the middle of a dangerous forest on a cold night. Cares about the surroundings, as long as I'm with you. I still can't believe you're about to throw everything away to escape with me. I don't see either, so how about not leaving any time for doubts? Are you ready? You don't need to be ready. I'm happy. Actually, for the first time in years, I don't fear or feel regret. All I feel is bliss. I'll be happy to go wherever the road takes us. I can't promise you it's going to be an easy road, or even that the place it ends at smells good. It probably doesn't, but I'm glad to be there with you. Me too. I always wanted to have smelly adventures. Fine, that I can promise to provide. Even if it comes to that, this is the life of my dreams, you know. We're free, we can experience whatever we choose and pick a life that suits us. I'd have many, many ginger babies. And we have each other, for good and bad. Shall we? After you. Always. Good. Farewell, brave Cinders. May fate weave itself smoothly beneath your feet. May you carry its weight as it grows with time. We wish you nothing but the very best of life. We wish you not to forget the lake. Your remembrance is what we hope for. Memory is everything. The lake shall not forget about you. You have been bound to its memory for all time, and it will not forsake the concord you have accepted. Remain in our domain, and remember the gift, the weight, and the price. Remember.
A few hours earlier. Blast the lawyers. Schemers everywhere. Naive like children. I swear on me last hat here, you're gonna pay dearly for you. Oh, easy there, lady. I might give old Sheedy a heart stopper. Never getting tired of those big entrances there. Always loved a good drama, you lot. Never got used to it myself.
You have entered our domain. What do you want?
Easy with a drama already. Don't mean no harm, honest. I was just wondering, you see, whatever happened to the wee little bird that got all your gals so agitated recently? Heard you made some long-term investments in her too.
You speak of things which do not concern you.
They don't. And I thought I did a mighty fine job fetching and whispering and basically being in all the right places at the right moment. Wouldn't she dream about stealing the light from you girls, but doesn't a supportive actor deserve some fresh rumours right from the source?
Very well. Know that all went well. The girl picked up the thread of fate where her mother left it. we have renewed the concord and the cycle will resume. We found the girl to be much like her mother. She remembered and embraced the gift of the pig. She accepted the weight and agreed to pay the price. Offered her one of your special favours, didn't you, love? Yes. You gals are killing me. Be calm at our sanctuary or we shall speak no more. Oh, pardon, ma'am. I just have this medical tendency, makes me cringe and twitch when I hear crazy, and you gals are the craziest. From what I gather, the bird accepted no weight, had to fly with the weight, see, and flying was all she wants, this one. No, my dear ladies, fancy dress or no, she would have reached the prince or king or whatever she wanted. Much too driven and independent to be intimidated by titles, she is. She received our aid and succeeded. Not really, no. She was already a winner when you lot decided to have a little chat with her, and then another and mess with her head and dull her wit. But she's much too sharp, that one. See, never thought maybe it was, use you, love. Climbed your schemes like a ladder to reach your own goal. Her blood called and she responded. She performed rites and honored the lady. She's maturing, see? Memory means nothing then. And time she'll forget all about you or take you for the mirage or dream. Dan, I'm not so sure if you're real myself. You are mistaken, old man. Memory is everything. She will remember and honour the agreement. She is just like her mother. Oh, poor woman, that one, eh? So wise and faithful and devoted to her ways she was. Pity you didn't care that much for her. Some would call killing an ugly way of saying thanks. And not the nicest thing to do to someone who loved you so much, eh, girls? There aren't that many of those around anymore, am I right? Silence, be gone, old snake. You have disturbed our domain for too long. Oh, impressive trick. Just like the olden days. Still have some vigour left in you, I see, and must have hit your sweet spot. I always wondered why didn't any of the good kings chop your woods for forges and houses? Must something to do with your charming personality, eh? You are not welcome here. We wish to be left alone. Well, don't worry and save your strength, love, because soon no one will be disturbing you anymore and you will be alone. All alone. Hey, interesting. These boots are made for walking, and that's just what they'll do. Well, one of these days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Ah, so ending. Finding happiness and freedom in her own birthplace was not meant to be for Cinders. Sick of her life and her stepmother's games, she decided that the only way to find peace is to escape the town and start her life over. Though her travels don't spare her hardship, she finds the sense of her newly found freedom invigorating and is ready to take on whatever life throws at her. At least she's not alone. She convinced Tobias the merchant to sell his store and accompany her in this new life. They settle in a town at the edge of the kingdom. Thanks to Tobias's money and Cinders' wits, they manage to live an honest and peaceful life as merchants. It may not be the life of adventure she knew from her books, but she's happy nonetheless. She thinks of her old family sometimes, but receives no news about their circumstances. She can't help but wonder what happened to Lady Carmosa and her daughters. Those moments of nostalgia quickly pass through when she realises she lives a new life now, one would be impossible if she decided to stay. Okay, so I'm going to quit the menu. I unlocked a new ending! I unlocked pretty. I were looking fabulous. I got the ball gown. And for escaping to live the life of a traveller, I got a slipper. Awesome. So there we go. So we found 33% of variants of the Traveller, and there are 3 undiscovered paths. I will be going through that on my own. This is, for now, the end of our story with Cinders. At least on stream. And I will pick another story for us to play with Storytime for next week. Or whenever it is. Yeah. So, not quite sure what Thursday brings. We will see if there's something in Warboats that could make a good stream. If not, we'll see what we've got in the promo bag. Or the want to stream bag. Those boots were made for walking. Yeah. That's a boop. The boop was made for walking. Nice. Okay, well, thank you everyone for watching. Hope you've enjoyed Storytime with Joe. That was Cinders, which was very cool. If you want to change Cinderella's story, then I don't think it's actually that much. Let me have a quick look. It is £18. Developed by Moacube, published by Crunching Koalas. I've already played Hue on stream, Dan. I played that years ago. There is a VOD with me playing Hue. I did a couple of streams. It was good stream material, but now I just have to get collectibles, which involves looking up stuff because, yeah, which is not good stream material. We don't do walkthroughs on stream. But yeah, no, we did a good couple of streams of Hue. Go back to my YouTube and have a look if you want to see. Did it when I was on Mixer. It is a nice little game, but yeah, there we go. See, Leaky has even found it for you. So yes, if you want to watch a stream of Hue, then there we go. There's a link to the YouTube video. Yeah, just picking up collectibles is less fun. So yeah, cool. All right, well, thank you everyone for watching. I've been Joe, otherwise known as Angel SK. Captain Oz is on. We'll raid Captain Oz, and I will set up the raid, and then I can't spell raid. And I will bid you good night.